Hong Kong's IT sector is currently integrating cloud infrastructure, generative AI, and fintech ecosystems into its public and private networks. These transformations serve as the digital backbone for the region's largest enterprises and government bodies. Building these systems requires agile software delivery, where engineering teams push code and test updates in rapid, continuous cycles. However, the public sector operates under a conflicting mandate: strict vendor oversight and rigid risk mitigation. When fast, iterative development meets hierarchical oversight, the resulting friction often leads to stalled deployments and compliance gaps. A standard autonomous agile loop, where developers push code directly to live servers, cannot survive in a highly regulated environment. The compliance barriers will not permit that level of autonomy. Because these builds are heavily outsourced, the institution absorbs the risk of an external contractor pushing unverified code into critical infrastructure. This creates the central paradox of Hong Kong IT. Technical teams must move rapidly, while the strategic layer must move with extreme caution. To resolve this tension, local government projects now mandate a specific structural standard for every IT deployment. This is the three-tier governance architecture. The model functions by forcing the isolation of strategic accountability from technical execution. By reverse engineering this framework layer by layer, we can see exactly how accountability is enforced. This three-tier structure acts as a rigid risk mitigation machine. At the apex of the hierarchy is the project owner. This tier establishes the business requirements, defining what the IT transformation must achieve for the institution. The project owner holds the ultimate strategic and financial accountability for the project's success. However, this tier has a clear limitation. The project owner does not execute the build and often lacks the functional coding expertise to audit the technical work. If the top tier attempts to directly manage technical developers, they lack the specialized knowledge to prevent technical scope creep or security lapses. Therefore, a structural firewall must exist below them to protect the strategic goals from the complexities of the code. This role is filled by the middle tier, the internal project manager. This position is the critical failure point for the entire governance system. Their mandate is translation, converting the project owner's strategic goals into actionable technical directives. Professionals in this space hold titles such as PMO lead or IT transformation manager. Operating this bridge requires high-level credentials, with many firms specifically demanding PMP certification. Most institutions set a strict threshold of 3 to 5 years of experience to ensure the manager can handle the complexities of this oversight. Specialized training from bodies like the AIKm or HKIIT provides the risk management protocols required to maintain this tier. Their primary function is vendor management. The internal PM is an oversight enforcer, tasked with policing the technical tier below them. The foundation of the architecture is the external contractor tier. These are the outsourced technical teams responsible for the actual software build. This is where hands-on technical skills reside, specifically cloud infrastructure knowledge and DevOps exposure. This tier operates through rapid, agile delivery, relying on iterative loops and constant updates. Current DevOps deployments are fluid and iterative by design. This technical fluidity contrasts with the rigid compliance parameters set by the project owner in Tier 1. Without oversight, unchecked modifications at this level create technical debt that can compromise the project's strategic framework. Unless constrained, the execution engine will eventually drift away from the project's original requirements. The three-tier system comes alive through its information flow. The downward vector converts strategy into directives, which are then converted into execution. The upward vector converts technical delivery into an audit, which is then presented as accountability to the project owner. The internal PM serves as the firewall during these vertical flows. They block unapproved agile iterations from reaching the project owner, ensuring only compliant deliverables move up the chain. In many projects, external contractors operate cross-border or internationally. This adds a language requirement to the communication pathways, specifically Mandarin or Japanese fluency. This fluency prevents critical translation errors when delivering technical directives or auditing the code produced by the contractors. The resulting system creates controlled friction, allowing for technical speed while guaranteeing regulatory compliance. This architecture successfully isolates strategic ownership from technical execution. By separating these layers, the institution ensures that technical changes cannot inadvertently alter strategic goals. The internal PM remains the ultimate oversight enforcer, holding this geometry together. This triad model explains the current job market demands in Hong Kong, such as the specific requirements for technical project managers. The disparate job requirements found in local listings are dictated by the specific needs of this three-tier geometry. For professionals in this environment, technical knowledge is only one half of the requirement. Career progression in public IT infrastructure depends on the ability to control how code is deployed within a rigid framework. This explains the necessity of the 3 to 5 year experience threshold. It takes years to build the instincts required to manage the friction between agility and compliance. To reach the highest levels, you must master both modern technical deployment and the architectural frameworks used to control them. In Hong Kong's most regulated sectors, project management functions as the primary guarantor of an institution's strategic and regulatory integrity.